Are you ready to learn the 3 secrets to launching a successful podcast? Hi, I'm Bill, a recent client of the Podcast Mogul. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast but aren't sure where to begin, he's got you covered. He is hosting a free webinar where he will share the 3 secrets that can help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast without any fancy equipment or technical headaches. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot now and let him help get your podcast off the ground.
Welcome to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Join the podcast mogul Phil Better as he interviews successful entrepreneurs that make their living in the digital world. Now, let's join your host, Phil Better, and his special guest today on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm, of course, your host with the most, Phil Better, aka the Podcast Mogul, and I'm happy to introduce our guest today. Our guest has been working in marketing for the past 2 decades. They currently run 2 marketing agencies and is founder of a marketing app, Let's Go. They specialize in using educational video to create a comprehensive marketing strategy, not only for brands, but also focusing on businesses. So without further ado, let's extend a warm welcome to our guest from Down Under, Marlon Marescia, to the podcast. Marlon, thank you so much for being here. I completely destroyed your last name. I had asked you for it, but again, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me on, Phil. I appreciate it.
All right, so let's just get right into it. Like I like to do, let's get to the first question. Why did you become an entrepreneur, Marlon? What was it that sparked you into a journey into the world that is entrepreneurship?
So, Phil, I think I became an entrepreneur because I always thought I could do things better than everyone else. And I had my own business where I was working with family, and it was pretty easy to do things my own way because, you know, the family let me do it. But I actually, so then I ran that business myself, and it was okay. But then I left and became an employee for about 12 years. And during that time as an employee, I worked my way up, and I always thought I could do things better. And at some point, I just had to say, well, you know, I'm going to test it and see if I can actually do it better. And I then started the businesses I'm in now. And quickly I learned that I can't always do things better. I'm not as good as I thought I was. But what I love about business is that you can have an idea, you can implement it, and you live and die based on your decisions. And when you flourish, it's amazing. And when things don't go well, it's terrible. But you know what? At least you have control of your life. And that's what I love about being an entrepreneur is that I have full control, and I don't blame anyone for where I'm at. It's my responsibility. And that also means that I can go wherever I want in life and in business. And that's, I think, why I became an entrepreneur.
I love that. I love that freedom and the fact that you pretty much been born into entrepreneurship from birth, but you understand the struggles of the 9-to-5er, having done it for just over a decade.
Yeah.
I want to know, in your marketing world, why you focus particularly on video. Like, what is it about video? Why do you think it's so important?
Well, I'm actually spent many, many years with Facebook ads. I'm actually amazing at Facebook ads. It's my expertise. But during the process of running so many Facebook ads and getting in front of people and generating leads and getting them to take action, I realized that video was really powerful. Not all the time, but it was really powerful in certain types of ads. And then about 8 years ago, I you know, like as a business owner, you kind of always want to be noticed, right? So I thought, I'll record some videos and then people will notice me and then I'll be able to, you know, do amazing things. But the reality is the first few videos I recorded for the first few years and probably for the first, you know, I don't know, 5 years or so, my videos had no effect. They were just me kind of making myself feel better, thinking that one day I'll become an influencer, and nothing really happened. And it was very disappointing, and I'd go up and down and I'd get frustrated. But really the videos, I don't know, they didn't convince me that they were the way to go. And so I'd leave it and come back to it, come back to it. And then around COVID, when COVID hit, maybe just before, actually it was before COVID, um, I started a new coaching program where I would teach people how to run my business that I was running. And I started to use video there because I was a nobody in the space. And I thought, well, the only way to communicate my theories and my systems and processes is through video. And I started to do video, but in addition to video, because I was a marketer, I started to not just create video, I started to use my marketing skills to promote video. And that made all the difference. See, a lot of people create video and they say, well, I'm going to become an influencer and I'm going to become well known because I'm creating video. Actually, creation of video is not powerful at all nowadays, because I heard a crazy stat the other day, like, I don't know, there's literally millions of hours of videos uploaded every day. It's more than that. I'll just be conservative. And so creating video is not important. But what I realized is that if I take that video and spend my time promoting that video, then that video has a chance of generating leads for me. And the reality is that it was slow. The first 6 months, nothing happened. But because I was a marketer, I just applied my marketing skills to the videos. And then after a while, I started to get people book appointments in my calendar. And when they booked an appointment in my calendar, I was running Facebook ads and I was getting people that would find me on YouTube, watch 10 of my videos, then book an appointment. And then I get someone who'd see an ad and book an appointment. And I noticed that the person who booked the ad and booked the appointment, they were cold for me. I had to convince them that I was the person they needed to go with. But the people who would watch 10, 20 of my videos, binge watch them, like Netflix taught us to do, binge watch, and YouTube has taught us to do. When they watched so many of my videos, when they booked in, I had no idea who they were. But when they turned up, they were pre-sold. They knew so much about me and my philosophy, and they were ready to go. It was the relationship switched. It wasn't from me trying to sell to them. It was them trying to sell to me. They're like, Marlon, you said this about their websites and you said this about Facebook. And what did you mean by that? And can that happen in my business? And, there were so many questions they had for me. And quite frankly, when they showed up, they was like they knew me. Like, who is this person? And they're like, I'm Marlon, they speak like they knew me. And so I noticed after about 6 to 9 months of doing these type of videos, then it was just an easier way to sell. And then I went deeper into it. I thought, well, why is this working? And how do I make it work more? And that's why video to me today is so important, because I've seen the results of when you can record video and get someone on a call and they want to work with you. And the sales cycle is so much quicker. And, I meet them today and in 7 days they're a client, which is pretty nice.
That's a great sales cycle. Just 7 days from meeting to, well, in obvious, they've probably binge watched hours and feel like they've known you for days on end, where you're just meeting them in 7 days, you say yay or nay to sign them as a client. I love that.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Phil. A lot of the people have been watching me for 3 months. So it's not 7 days to them. It's 3 months to them. It's only 7 days to me. And so one of the strategies I use in my video, if you want to know how it works, I don't try and become famous and world famous. I don't try and become an influencer. All I care about is my consulting business and my, service-based business. So I create video to generate a lead that I can convert into a client. And to do that, it's very different to becoming an influencer like Mr. Beast, right? Mm-hmm. Or Dude Perfect. It's a different mindset and a different strategy totally. So what I do is I create educational videos, and those videos go out to the marketplace. They're highly niched, they're my perfect prospect. So if you're a grandma, you don't watch my video. If you're my mum, you won't watch the video. But if you are in my niche, when you see that video, you say, wow, that guy is talking to me. So I'm very specific, the videos I create. And I create a lot of videos around that one niche. I'm not trying to get lots of views and lots of subscribers. I want a small community of people who are my perfect prospects to watch my videos on YouTube or find it on the internet or find it on social media. And I don't need millions of people to watch my videos. I just need hundreds of people. Because if they're the perfect prospect and they can watch 1, 5, 10 videos, they will book a call with me. Can you see the difference in mindset? I'm not trying to get lots of views. I'm trying to get a small amount of views. It's actually counterintuitive. But what I'm trying to do is get the perfect prospect to watch my video, and those people actually pay me money. So I'll tell you a story I like telling is I've got 4 sons, and we don't let them on social media. None of them on social media, but what we do let them do is get on YouTube, and I've let them start a channel, right? Because I think it's a good skill.
Mhm.
So one of them has got more subscribers than me. And I've been doing this for, I don't know, many, many years. And he, after 3 months, he had more subscribers. So we're all at this dinner table and they're making fun of me, right? Because they like to think that they're better than I am because they're all getting that age where they're teenagers. They're like, Dad, like I've got more subscribers than you, more views than you, and you've been doing it for so long, and your videos are terrible, and all of this, and what's going on? Like, you really should pick your game up. And I'm like, boys, I don't care about subscribers. And they're like, yeah, but you really should, Dad, because it's pretty poor. I said, okay, well, tell me this: you've got more subscribers, but how much money have you made from your channel? Oh yeah, well, I have to get 40,000 views and I have to get this message. I'm like, no, tell me, how much money have you made from your channel? And they're like, well, okay, nothing. Yeah, nothing yet, Dad. And I said, well, do you know how much I've made? They're like, how much? I said, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars. The food you're eating is based on the YouTube video that I put on YouTube. I said, I've made more money than you'll ever make in your life on YouTube. I don't care about subscribers and I don't care about how many views. I care about the money I made. And that's the difference. And I love telling that story. We had a good laugh and I was a little bit offended. Actually, I was a lot offended. I mean, there's a movie, I think, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It says, don't get mad, get even. Well, with my boys, I got even.
Yeah, if you look at it, the money per view, money per subscriber for you is much higher than his being at zero.
And I don't care about ads. Like, I do not care about running ads because my consulting services can cost anywhere from, $1,500 a month up. I sell thousands of dollars for what I do. And so I don't care about ads. What I care about is consulting fees. And if you're a financial planner, if you're a real estate agent, if you're an IT professional, if you're a business coach, like, ads and views don't matter. What matters is, can you get the perfect person to watch your video and can you get them to book an appointment? That's it. And so that's kind of how I do it when it comes to the mindset. The actual strategy is pretty amazing, I think, that so many people don't do this. I am bewildered why. I feel like I'm the only person doing this. And everyone talks about bits of it, but no one puts it together. So this is what I do. I record one video a week where I teach my audience about something in my business that will help them. That's a problem that they have that I can help them solve, right? And I teach it to them. I take that video. It's anywhere from 2 to 8 minutes, right? I think a good amount is 3 to 5 minutes, right? It doesn't really matter. Most of my videos, if you look at my channel, are like 8 to 12 minutes long. Too long, but they still work. So I take that video, I then convert that video. Think about this. I take the video, I then transcribe the video and convert it into a blog post. So now I have a video and a blog post, right? Now, why this is important is because the blog post is good for SEO. Google, will rank that if you optimize it. But video is actually better than blog posts at the moment. Do you know why?
Because YouTube is the baby cousin or baby child of Google, and it's the two most search engines in the world.
Yes. So Google owns YouTube, and Google is unfairly promoting YouTube videos to the top of Google. So if you do any search, like if you go in now and type in a Facebook ad, how to write a Facebook ad, right? You'll see that the top results are Google ads, right? So people pay for that. Yeah. The next 4 results, the top 3 are billion-dollar companies. But the 4th result is a guy called, it swaps a bit, but his name is Ben Heath. He's a Facebook ads consultant. He's got a video in YouTube that is shown in the 4th position. His website will never rank. He is virtually a nobody, but it's number 4. And his website is probably on page 20, but his video on YouTube is the 4th position. And that's because Google is it's unfair to people who have been ranking their websites for the last, 10 years to put Ben Heath's video above it. Because underneath Ben Heath's video is Canva, a billion-dollar unicorn. He beat them. There's HubSpot. They invented content marketing, but his video beat them. So that's why I take my video, I transcribe it, I write a blog post, put it on my blog, and embed the YouTube video into it, because Google loves having YouTube assets, Google My Business assets embedded into your website. That's 2 marketing campaigns from one video. I then take the video, I rewrite it into a Facebook retargeting ad, and I show that ad. So I take the video, I upload the Facebook ads campaign, I spend $1 a day for the next 7 to 14 days, and I show that video to all the people that visit my website, that like my Instagram and Facebook page, that are in my database. I import the list of names from my database into Facebook, and I show ads to those people. And there's a few other things. Anyone that watches a percentage of a previous video, I can retarget them with that ad. What am I doing there? I'm nurturing. I'm becoming omnipresent to people who are on my database, visit my website, watch the previous video on Facebook or Instagram, or like my pages. So every week for $1 a day, they're seeing me again and again and again and again. And I'm becoming omnipresent. I'm becoming the guru to them on that one topic. That's why when they get on a call with me, they think I'm a bit of a celebrity. But I'm a celebrity to like a few thousand people in the world. And to my sons, I'm a laughing stock.
You're nobody, are you?
I'm nobody. I don't care. I don't care. And then there's 2 other things I do. I take that video, I convert it into a week's worth of social media content. I create a short video, a long video. I post the blog post. There's a week's worth of social media content that goes to all my social platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And then lastly, there's one other thing I do, which
Email.
This is super important. I take the video, I convert it into an email and email it to the database. That's becoming omnipresent to them. So they might see me in the email, they might see me on Facebook, they might see me on social media. So the YouTube video and the blog post gets people into my world. And then the social media, the email, and the Facebook retargeting ad nurtures them. So then they eventually book an appointment with me, and then they become a client. Now I call that a video marketing machine, right? I don't know why more people aren't doing that. Like I don't know. Like I look at all these apps and all these scenarios. Why? Pardon?
Well, you're not the only person. I'm sitting here wondering why more people don't do it. Because it's one piece of content. It spend what? It can take you maybe 2 hours worth of your time to do that for a week worth of content, if that.
Well, it used to take 4 hours, right? So to record the video, once you get good at it, I do one-take videos as a whole. I teach this to a lot of people, but to record the video, it's like 10 minutes. Once you've done 10 of them, they're pretty quick to record. You just look at the camera and you just talk like we are now. They're not special videos. But then to create the blog post, the Facebook ad, all of that content is normally a 4-hour process. And I do that. I do that for clients. They pay me a fee for that. I do that for myself. I've taught other people to do it. It's about 4 hours. But recently you mentioned the app that I've got. We'll talk later about it. I've got an app that takes that 4-hour process and brings it down to 15 minutes.
I love that.
That has been game changing for my life and my business as well. So,
this is really interesting because not only for consultants to use this, and obviously real estate agents can do it for touring of houses that they're putting up on the market, teaching people so much about the market, starting to buy your own first home, investing in the market, all these different things. But these videos, you can in essence do them in a year's worth of content within a few hours or a few days, and then now you can focus on the more important part of your business.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think about this, Phil, like to get someone to do blog posting for you every week, it might be $1,000 a month, right? To get someone to do videos for you might be $1,000 a month. Facebook ads, $750 a month. Write an email a week, $1,000 a month. Social media posts, $750 a month. It's like $5,000 a month. Where, you can do this for a fraction of the cost. And it's better. And you know why it's better? It's your voice. Like the problem is when someone writes blog posts for you, it's never as good as what you could do. But you don't have the time, right? When someone writes social media content, they'll do stuff, this random stuff, and quotable quotes from some inspirational person and some image of that's all. I don't know, like it's nice, but it doesn't speak to your prospect. They might send an email and it's good, but it doesn't nail the problem. the beauty of this is when you record the video and you know the problem, you know the solution, and you say it in your words, when we take that video and we use AI now to create all the content in your voice, your words, your information, the quality is so much better than if you outsource it to someone else.
Mm.
And so you're paying less, it's your voice, you're getting better quality, and it doesn't take as long.
All right. I want to know, let's talk about the app. Like, how did you come up with the idea? Obviously, I'm guessing you solved a problem that you were facing yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened is I've been doing this for about 4 years now, maybe 3. I've been doing it for myself. It worked. So then I told clients about it and I started offering it as service to them. But the problem is doing it for them, it was tough because you think about this. How do you get a blog post, a video, 5 social media posts, an email, a quote card all approved? It's a killer to get it approved. So I did it, but it was tough. And so I thought, can I automate the process? Posting to social media, try to automate it, try to do all of that. And I did bits, but it was still tough to deliver. And this is why people don't do it, right? I said, why don't people do this? Because it's tough to do. It's a lot of stuff that you bunch in. It's very difficult to execute all of these things. So then what happened last year is ChatGPT came out. So I used to write the blog post. I'd transcribe the blog post and manually write the email. It would take hours. You have to pay copywriters. And ChatGPT came out. I thought, wait a minute. What if I could get ChatGPT to do it? And that was a game changer. I put together a jot form where I would upload the video. It would go to ChatGPT. So it would first transcribe the video. It would then give it to ChatGPT. It would come back with a PDF and give me all the content written. And I created that for me. I would use it. It saved me 2 hours every video. Then what happened is I actually work with Action Coach. Do you know Action Coach? They're the world's largest coaching organization. They've got 1,000 coaches in 82 countries. And I started working with them and helping their coaches generate leads earlier last year in 2023. And for 9 months or 10 months now, I've been working with them. And what I did as part of the coaching, I showed them the video marketing machine. And I said, hey, here's my jot form, the form where you can upload the video. I coached them how to use it and gave it to them. And they started using it. And these coaches, who couldn't create any content, started to create content and post it and but they were doing it half manually and just reusing my form. And you know what happened? A few of them, I told them it was a beta product, it would break. And every time it broke, they'd email me and say, Marlon, it's broken, can you fix it? I'm like, okay, it's free. Don't get too upset with me. It'd break again. They go, Marlon, can you hurry up? I've got to get my video out. And I'm like, geez, they're a bit harsh on me. But then I thought, these guys really want this. They really want this tool. And they're using it. I can see the videos going out. And I thought, man, I've got to make something better that will actually work. And then I thought, man, I need to build the app. Because I thought of building this app, but I never had an incentive to build it other than myself. And then when I saw these coaches they needed it, they wanted it, I then built the app. So they were my motivation to build it. And now the app, basically, you upload the video. It's called the Video Marketing Machine. So it's videomarketingmachine.ai. And if you go there, there's a video that shows you how to do it. Basically, you record your video, you upload it, and then literally within 5 minutes, it comes back with all your content written for all those 5 campaigns. All you do is check it, edit it, make sure the spelling's right and you're happy with it. Then it'll create your thumbnail for the YouTube video and blog post. It'll create your quote card, like an inspirational quote card, using a quote that was generated from your transcript, so it's your voice. And then you can have an approval process. Remember I said the approval process is really tough? Like when I'd have my clients approving a quote card, a video, a thumbnail, an email, a blog post, social media, it was crazy. Now what happens is you just put in the client's email address, or if you're working for someone, you put in the business owner's email address, they get a link, they click it, and they have all the content there where they can watch the video, they can read the blog post, read the email, they can click and edit anything they want. And so literally within, 5-10 minutes, they can confirm that everything's correct. That was the big one, because you don't want to post something that has spelling mistakes. So now the onus is on the business owner to confirm, they approve it. And then once it's approved, you just click schedule and you schedule it for a day. And then over the next 5 days, it posts all that content. It uploads the video to YouTube, uploads the blog to the WordPress blog. It posts the video to social media. It posts the quote card, sends the weekly email. It sends it to the database for you. It posts, it does all the Facebook ad. At the moment, it writes the Facebook ad for you, but in the next 3 months, it'll then take the ad, go to Facebook ads platform, create the ad, turn it on for $1 a day, and in 7 days, turn it off. It's going to do all of that. So that's the last bit that's missing.
Wow. This is an amazing tool for marketers, for everybody to use to help broaden their business, or business owners to do. Wow. Is there a length of time, like the video has to be in a certain length of time, or it can be any length?
It can be any length. It can do actually like an hour. So podcast is good for podcast. What it does, you can take a podcast, it does it all. But yeah, it can be any length at all. Typically, anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes is what the average, business owner can record on a particular topic. And then the other thing is we have training where I train people how to write the script, pick the topics, record the videos, like all of that. I've been coaching for a long time now. I've been coaching probably 7 years now. I haven't missed a week. I haven't missed a week coaching. And every week I'm coaching business owners. So I've got a lot of experience of working with business owners and getting them to actually do this work, like get it done. And this app is the epitome of taking a very complex process and putting it in the hands of a small business owner so they can do it themselves, or a marketing team. And, that's what I've been about my whole life, like trying to take complex things, make them simple, but actually make them work. And so one of the things with me, Phil, is I guess I pride myself, but it's been a very tough life trying to only teach and do for my clients what I do for myself currently. It's very tough. I don't know if you've ever spoken to an SEO company and you're like, oh, you're going to do SEO for me? They're like, yeah, we'll charge you to do that. And then you say, so are you number one? They're like, oh, no. And our industry is way too tough. We're not number one in our category. Like SEO is the hardest industry. We're not number one. Like go to a Google ads company or a Facebook ads company and go, okay, so do you run ads? No, not for us. No, we get our clients through referral. We don't get our clients through Facebook ads. You're like, what? So you want me to pay you to do it and you don't even do it? Like that really frustrates me. So for me, I live in Australia, but 80% of my client base is in America. Do you know how I got every one of those clients? Not everyone, but most of them. I got them through Facebook ads. I run Facebook ads. I create YouTube videos and I put those videos online and people watch them and then book in. I have clients in South Africa, Romania, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. All of them all the Americans came through Facebook ads and YouTube, but all the other countries, 100% YouTube, because I don't live in those countries, right? So that's what I pride myself in, that I will only ever teach and do what I do for myself currently, right? And that's been a hard life, right?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always work. But it's what you've got to do. Otherwise, you become irrelevant very quickly, right? You become irrelevant and then the tactics don't work and then you lose part of yourself. And so it hasn't been easy doing that, but it's very rewarding. Like, for example, I run a lead magnet to an ebook and get people to book an appointment. I'm running that right now in my business for me. I'm also coaching action coaches. I've got 2 groups of them. One is 20 and one is, I think, about 20 in each group. I'm teaching them that strategy. I'm also running it for myself. I'm teaching the video marketing machine. I'm also doing it for myself.
So yeah, you have the key that it is yourself, and you're showing that look, if I say this, if it works for me, it's going to work for you. Like plain and simple.
Yeah.
I love that because it shows that you're not a Shylock, or you're not a snakeskin oil salesman, because you're like, hey, my stuff works because I'm using myself, and you solved your own problem, which I love.
Yeah.
We are coming to the top of the time here, and it sucks because you've shared so much, and I can't wait to have you back on. I'm going to jump to my last question, which is usually a tough one for people. It's the one that I'm saving. I'm asking all entrepreneurs here because it's going to be used in the book for my nephew when he turns 10. But what is a piece of advice you would love to be able to give your 10-year-old self, Marlon? He's standing right beside me. He's ready to hear the advice from, his future self. What's that advice you're giving him?
I've got goosebumps. That's a great question. That is an amazing question. I think for me, especially the last few years, I've really realized the older I get, you realize all the flaws in your character and things that you could change and you should change and you should have changed. I think for me, it's I teach this a lot in the coaching calls. I firmly believe that 70%, if you do something at 70% of perfectionism, so it's not perfect, it's imperfect, it's not complete, but do it at 70 and launch it. It's better than doing 100% and never launching, like never doing it. And for many years of my life, I would say most of my journey through business, I was a perfectionist and I would always want things perfect. And I have great ideas. I never actually launch. And if I launched, I'd stop because I thought, well, it's not perfect, so I'll stop and make it perfect. But the last 5 or 6 years in my life, I've really embraced the concept of 70% is better than 100. 70% done is better than 100% not done. And I've launched so many imperfect things, and it's brought me to where I'm at today. I've had more gain. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. But I was going to say I've had more gain the last 5 years than I have in the previous, but that's not true. But the last 5 years have been an escalation of what I've been able to do. And it's purely because most of what I do is not perfect in my eyes. Now, when other people look at it, they're like, Marlon, that's amazing. But I look at it and I say, no, it's totally, there's so many flaws in it. And the reason why this concept works is because when you're good at something, when you are an expert or you've done something for many years, your level of 100% is 1,000%, and everyone else's level of 100% is your 70%. And so that's why you just got to break that. And if I could learn that at 10, my life would be very, very different. And so, yeah, that's what I teach my boys. I got a boy that's 13 and they range from 13 up, and I try and teach them that 1 point every day.
I love it. Great piece of advice. Marlon, I'm going to jump off stage here. Please let my audience know where they can work with you, check out the app if they want to use it, all that fun stuff. The floor is yours.
Yeah, well, thanks, Phil. And look, I think the best way I can help you guys is to go to videomarketingmachine.ai. It's the website. On the homepage of that website is a video that explains the whole process. And then you can decide whether it's something that you want to use or not. And then on there as well is a webinar. Underneath the video is a webinar we do on a weekly basis. If you go there, then you can sign up and then we can chat and we can, go through the process in a bit more detail and see if it would actually work with your business. So that's, I think, the best way I can help you guys beyond this, this podcast.
Awesome. Perfect. Marlon, I can't thank you enough for coming on here and sharing that great advice and how your marketing funnel works, because it's, if I may say so, and a very simple way of doing business, something that I love here. So thank you again for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Phil.
To my audience, as you know, show notes will have everything for you to connect with Marlon. Also check out his app so that you can start using it for yourself, or maybe start helping some local businesses grow their business by using the app. So I want to thank you again for listening. And as always, remember to invest in yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to take the next step. When you're ready to dive deeper into how to launch, grow, and monetize your podcast, Phil's got something special for you. Join him for a free webinar where he'll reveal the 3 secrets that have helped countless entrepreneurs succeed in podcasting. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot, and let's turn your podcasting dreams into reality.